Hey Insiders, we've got a very special guest joining us here today who has recently just graduated from our flagship course LMA, which is the Life Mastery Achievers. And she is so graciously going to be coming on here today to share her experience from start to finish and everything else in between. And I guess before we dive in, would you mind telling everybody what's your name and where you're currently based in the world?
Yes, my name is Jinya Low. It's pronounced like Virginia without the ver, and I am in the San Francisco Bay Area, California of the United States.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Thanks so much for giving us your time to have a little conversation and a little bit of a chat. And before we dive in and talk about LMA, I just kind of want to rewind back to the beginning of this chapter. And I'm just curious to know, like, what was some of the biggest struggles or challenges you were facing in your life prior to joining LMA?
Prior to joining LMA, I was actually at pretty low point in my life. I felt quite disconnected from myself. I wasn't able to be myself, authentic, and all the things that I've learned in my 15 years of personal development in various different courses before. And I just felt discontent. The choices I was making was leading me down different paths that I wasn't feeling connected to any longer. And I noticed I was just drifting along. I was just basically numbing myself and doing things to just pass the time. And I just got tired of living that way, but I also got used to it.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty and your openness. And when you said there about you were just numbing yourself and just existing, let's say, how were these problems impacting your life on a day-to-day basis? You said that you just got used to it and it became, let's say, the normal. How are these problems impacting your life on a day-to-day basis, and maybe how were they making you feel?
Yeah, so I became really good at putting on masks for different people in my life, and I read them, but I would never allow them to get too close to me. And so my deepest desire was to become close to people, especially people who are close to my life, every day that I see my family, my kids, my husband. And yet there was always a wall that I was never able to truly let down my guard with them. And to live every day like that, yeah, I got used to it, but also it was not satisfying, not fulfilling.
Wow. Wow. Thanks for the honesty and the openness. And then coming on to LMA, then did you have any concerns that may have prevented you from buying the LMA program? Like, were you skeptical at all? Were you thinking, who is this guy? Or can I part with the money to invest in this? And if so, how did you put those concerns to one side and step forward and join us here?
Absolutely. I had a lot of concerns because I've like mentioned earlier, I took courses before
Wow.
and it took me a certain place. I got a lot of knowledge. So part of it was I thought, well, I know a lot of these things that he's referring to. So I've been through courses and I'm still where I am right now. And I don't want to invest any more money and not finish it and just add on to that heap of failure I had before. So, but what helped me to get over that was just feeling the sincerity from Tim's heart and also the team that he has
Mm.
behind him. Just there was something there. There was something different. I couldn't put a finger on it, but I felt it and it was palpable. My heart felt it,
Mm.
and that's what it woke something within my heart that had been kind of like slowly dying. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go with that.
Wow, beautiful. Thanks for sharing. And moving on from that, then, just curious to know what made the LMA course a good fit for you? You've said that you've been in personal development for quite a number of years. Why was LMA good for you at this time in your life whenever you enrolled with us?
It was extremely applicable. The way it was structured, the way it is structured, allowed me to, first of all, the first lesson, Tim was like, the most dangerous sentence is, I already know that. And that just got me. And I thought, okay, I invested in this. I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to really listen and do what he says. I'll finally do it. It's really about me finally doing the things that I thought I knew or that I intellectually knew.
Mm, wow. And from that then, what was what took you by surprise, or what made you the most happiest going through the LMA program?
Yeah, what took me by surprise was because I came from believing I am shy, I was shy growing up based on my circumstances and all the years of having that. It was a mask. What took me by surprise was jumping into the Heartfluencer challenge, super nervous at first, and then getting used to it, and then just keeping on going.
Mm,
And then feeling the confidence rise up. That
mhm.
really took me by surprise, and it was super pleasant, and I'm just loving it.
Wow, beautiful. And specifically for you, what would you say has been the biggest benefit that you've experienced from the LMA program? How are you different now compared to the version that you were prior to enrolling with us?
Yeah, I'm so much more ready to face challenges without reverting into victim right away. I do still notice that I have the thoughts, but I am quicker to notice them and to even sometimes stop and think about what I can think differently. I think I need to review the notes and also the new rule book and different things like that, the mirror exercise, just to like consistently ingrain those into my daily life.
Mhm.
But what's different here is I can see how to do it and I can see the path forward, and that excites me so much.
Beautiful. And what would you say is one of the main differences that you noticed from previous courses that you have taken that was different on board this journey with LMA?
Yeah, so other courses had a lot of information and they were all valuable. I took, I learned so much from each and every one. And a lot of what I learned also heard Tim echo in the LMA and go deeper. So here it's deeper, it connects more with from the heart level and so appropriate with the heart fluencer
Mhm.
um, motto and the way that living is being applied. I think also how actionable everything is has been different. It's organized brilliantly in 6 weeks. I feel like so much is packed in there, but at the same time, he gets you to take the action steps that makes results that
Mhm.
you can feel, see, or touch, and it's just amazing to me.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing. And
Yes.
from your experience, Jinya, like who do you think LMA is for? Having gone through this experience, what type of individual would be ready for a journey like LMA? Who is it tailored towards?
Yeah, people who have who have always wanted to be something more or do more in their life. And I mean, first of all, I think it's for everyone, but not everyone would be ready to invest in themselves. Although everyone can benefit from investing in themselves, but I do think people who've been in personal growth for a while, who've struggled to continue living, with results, the LMA is perfect. And I just think it's for every walk of life. The person's heart is oriented towards wanting to grow, wanting to change, um, willing to do something different, or tired of where they are in their life.
Wow, beautiful. And furthermore from that, for some people that don't know who Tim is, or maybe they're just getting to know Tim, how would you summarize Tim as a teacher, trainer, and coach? What would you say about Tim?
Yeah, Tim is amazingly inspiring, and not just that, he speaks from the heart,
Mhm.
willing to share his experiences and in a way that cuts to the heart. I feel like with the way Tim delivers, it's unexpectedly refreshing and also brings you to a level that you never thought you could be just just by I don't have the words exactly, but it just changes it changes your perspective quickly, has the ability and power to change my view
Wow,
quickly. Yeah.
wow. Fantastic. And to wrap it up here for today, final question. Jinya, what advice would you give to someone who might be on the fence about joining LMA? They really want to change their life, they want to transform, but they're just sitting on the fence right now. Having gone through this journey, graduated from LMA, what would you say to someone if you had the chance to speak with them now?
Yeah, so if you're on the fence about joining the program, totally understand the feelings of being skeptical or nervous about getting into something that seems A lot of people are saying such great things about it, but will it work for me? What I want to say to you is, there are so many things in the world that you can invest or, I mean, put your time into, but this is the investment that will change the way you view everything else in your life in the most positive and inspiring and most actionable way that's practical for you. And wherever you're at, if it's money, if it's doubt about yourself, if it's feeling like you failed before to change, this is the course that will do it, that will help you overcome the mental blocks, any other things that are there. In 6 weeks, it's so amazing how much it loosens up in starting from the heart, and it will just travel all over the body. It's amazing. So
Wow.
step just take the next step. That's all. Like, just take one step forward and let Tim guide you. He really cares, and his team really cares, and the way they set everything up is brilliant. Take one step forward and you will get support the rest of the way. So, yeah.
Wow. Beautifully put, Gina. I'm just